Sneaker world. What is up, man? Welcome back to the Sneaker Guy podcast. All right, man. We got a lot to unfold today. We are going to talk about the rise and the fall of the Foamposites. So, we all know that there has been a lot of great Foamposites come out, a lot of horrible Foamposites come out. And I'm saying this on both ends. I'm saying it as far as the Foamposites and the Foamposite Pro. So some of the ones that I know that are just flat out horrible, that just made Foamposites just look so crazy. Foamposite Weathermans. A shoe that I just feel like this didn't have to be made. When it comes to Foamposites, I just feel like you don't have to put a theme on a shoe that's such a classic. Like, I just felt like when I first saw this shoe, I just was like, okay, Nike has just gone off the deep end. I don't know what's to become of Foamposites, but this right here was not the answer. Then we get to the Foamposite Thermal Map, another shoe with another theme on it. And I'm just like, bro, we don't have to do this to this shoe. All we have to do is just the simple things, and the shoe will just do what it needs to do for itself. But not with Nike. They just keep going down the deep end with it. Here's another one. The Nike Wheats. The Foamposite Wheats. Like, why did this happen? When it comes to wheat and something durable, I could have just bought some Tims. I didn't need this to look like a pair of Tims, bro. Like, that's what I say, Nike. Like, you don't have to do and overdo things to make something sell. But I gotta finally give it to Nike. They finally decided in 2025 to do something super correct. So we're finally getting the Foamposite Pro Pearls, man. Yes, man. You can clap it up. You can thank God. You can raise your hands to the heavens. We're finally about to see a classic shoe that we have been waiting on for a very, very long time. Now, for me as a kid growing up, this shoe right here resonates big in my heart, man. Like, when I first seen the movie He Got Game, and I seen Jesus Shuttlesworth sitting on that bench talking to his pops in them pearls, I just was like, bro, this shoe is a flat out classic. Like, it just screamed hip hop. It screamed basketball. It just had such a coolness about it. Like, that's what I loved about Foamposites, bro. Like, it had a coolness about it that was unmatched, and you never had to do too much to that shoe. So when I heard they was bringing these back out, I'm just like, yes, man, like, it's finally time. We've been asking for the shoe for a long time. Now, here's some of my things with this shoe. How is this shoe gonna look? So my theory is, when I say that, is it gonna look like the 1997 version? Is it gonna have that same cut? Is it gonna have, that pearl look on it? I really would like it to have that A stick at the bottom, but I know Nike ain't gonna give us all that. That's gonna be me just reaching. Or is it gonna look like the 2010 version? You know what I'm saying? Which, that one was a good one. I mean, it's not as good as the 97. You can always say the OGs are going to always be the best because that's the beginning. But if you can get me close to the 97, at least I feel better. Like, all right, we've been waiting for the shoe for a long time. Let's get it. If the 97 is a 10, give me at a 9.5. You know what I'm saying? I just would love to see the shoe be that close because, like I say, this is probably one of the most popular Foamposite Pros out of the pros. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shoe resonates high in the hip hop community, the urban community, the sneaker community. Like, this is probably like one of those ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, I've told this story before on earlier episodes. I remember the first time that I got to see this Foamposite Pro Pearl up close. Shout out my boy Jermaine Hudson, man. Now, this when we was little kids. Now, he used to come to my house and we would play basketball all the time. So this one time he came over, he wanted to double, like, bro, you coming out? I'm like, yeah. let me throw my shoes and stuff on. But I came outside, I wasn't paying attention at the moment. So I got to dribbling the ball and I'm looking at his feet. I'm just like, bro, what is those you got on your feet? He was like, oh man, these the Foamposites. And mind you, at this time, we didn't separate the two. You know what I'm saying? We didn't say, oh, these the Foamposite, Pro, or oh, these the Foamposites. We just called it, one whole shoe. So he was like, man, these the Foamposites, I'm like, bro, that shoe's so cold. And it's just like the pearl on that shoe and to see that black Nike check, I was just in such an amaze and an awe. And I just feel like at that time, Nike was always doing its job to make the consumer just fall in love with the product. And that's what I need us to get back to when I look at some of these classics. Make it so good that the consumer or the little kid in me looks at this shoe and be like, I gotta have this again. Take me back to that story. I want to be able to see this new pearl and I'll be like, oh, it just reminds me of 1997 again. It reminds me when my homeboy rung the doorbell, I came outside and saw the shoe for the first time. Like, that's how this new version should make me feel. Honestly, that's how all sneakers is supposed to make the consumer feel. Like, oh, this is taking me back to being a kid. So yes, I am happy to see that we're getting this classic come back out, but you got to make it look so good and so great that the consumer falls in love with it again. Like, these pearls to me can resonate a whole big drive when it comes to Foamposites. Cause like I just told you, we've had such a downfall in Foamposites for so long that it's like, it's about time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say everything we had as far as Foamposites or Foamposite Pros was just all bad. But it's been a time where it's been a lot of ones that I'm just like, man, why do we see these? And we're talking about such a classic shoe. Think about it like this. We're going to separate it when we talk Jordans. So if we're saying just Nikes, the Foamposite family is probably the biggest and greatest Nike shoe ever made. I always say Foamposite is number one. Nike Air More Up Tempos is number two. Even if you say Nike Air Tempos is number one and Foamposite is number two, that's even fine. But those are the two greatest Nike sneakers ever made in the history of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are one and two, regardless of how you put it. But for the Foamposite, I'm just like, we're talking about a shoe that's technically, unmatched. You know what I'm saying? The first shoe we seen with, a hard material like that. And to be at that time in 97, this shoe was going for like 180, 190. Like, trust me, y'all may look at it now and be like, oh, 180, that's the dirt. Bro, in 97, 180 for a sneaker, trust me, that was like astronomical, bro. But it was such an impactful sneaker that, to see it come back, I'm just like, okay, this shoe probably can resonate, the Foamposite game. And now, seeing what 2025 got as a rollout, bro, I think Foamposite's finna make a strong comeback, bro. I think we're finally going to see a huge rise in Foamposite. So think about it like this. We're first going to see the Galaxies. That's the one that's going to come out. We already know the impact that the Galaxies had, bro. Like, that was a shoe that I'm just like, okay, everybody and their mama was trying to do whatever to get that shoe. Find out what store had them. People was calling about them. It was like camp outs like crazy. Now, this is when, camping out was still huge. People was camping out everywhere to try to get those Galaxies, bro. Like, that shoe was big. So we know that's about to come back out. Then if we get these pearls and they be just as big as the Galaxy is gonna be, oh, we can see a huge, markup going with the Foamposite, bro. Like, it's about time, because this is honestly a shoe that shouldn't even have been down in the dumps like it's been. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much of a classic. And maybe I could be saying this because I come from that time frame and that era. The new kids on the block may feel like, all phone posits are just okay. It's bigger than that, bro. Like I always tell y'all, sometimes the simple things and the simple sneakers it can go on for the longest. Like it can sell as far as sneakers are gonna go. And this is one of the ones to me that it could be around for a long time. Like if you talk about Air Force Ones, you talk about, let's just say the Jordan 3 or the Jordan 1 or the Air Max, the Foamposite is in that equation. Like if we just talking greatest silhouettes of all times, the Foamposite should be in the top 5. Whether you got it number 1 or number 5 is one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to see that Nike is finally deciding to go dig in the closet and bring back out some of these classics. Now, there's two things that can be happening with this. Nike can be digging in the closet because it's like, we still got our backs to the wall, or they can be like, hey, we really got to make the Foamposite be loved again. And regardless if it's either one of the two, I'm happy to see it, you know? So to think about, to say, we haven't seen, you know, saying this shoe since what, 2010. That was the last time the Foamposite Pro Pearls came out. I don't know where the heck I was or what I was doing to not have the 2010 version, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Then also, they're about to bring out the Pine Greens. Now, this is another classic Foamposite Pro that I think can do very well. But I think it's only going to do well, to me, and I could be wrong, this is just my opinion. It's only going to do well if the pearls do well. So if the pearls do great, I think the Pine Green is going to piggyback off of that. Then we also have the Foamposite Cough Drops coming out. I think that's another dope shoe. Now, I don't know how everybody feels about those, but to me, it's one of the ones that I'm like, you will love to have. It's still one of the ones you'll grab. I think it's dope. I think you're gonna love to have it. You know what I'm saying? I just think with these 4 Foamposites dropping, this can honestly be the biggest surge of Foamposites. 2025 can honestly be the rise of the Foamposite. And I'm hoping that happens. And like I say, I always say, it's been a lot of other great Foamposites to hit the market. Matter of fact, I'll show you one. Foamposite New York Knicks. Now, these probably are one of my favorite Foamposites. Like I say, I love the color scheme on it. That New York Knicks colorway, it always hit good on certain shoes. I mean, honestly, it hit good on a lot of shoes that have been in this colorway, but when they put it on a Foamposite, I was like, oh, this is by far one of the dopest Foamposites of its time. You know what I'm saying? Now, we think about it, this shoe came out in 2014. Now, at that time frame, it was a lot of rough ones coming out in 2014 also. Like some of the ones that I named you, those came out around this time. And that's why I say it was some good and some bad at the time. But I think 2025, it could be more of a rise of good Foamposites and Foamposite Pros to come out. Now, with this one, like I say, I like the blue and orange on it. I just thought that was a dope look to it. I remember when they first showed this shoe, it wasn't going to be blue and orange. The original, ones that I saw, it was black and orange. You know what I'm saying? That's how it first was coming out. And I was like, oh, shoot, that's still dope. But once they changed it to the blue and orange, I was like, okay, now it went from a dope shoe to just even doper shoe. Like, I just think that made it cooler. Now, I don't know if this was their plan or how they was looking at it when they made this one. Now, if you know, like I know, Penny Hardaway also played for the Knicks at a short point in his career. Now, this could have been just to play off that, like, oh, Penny played for the Knicks. Yes, make it a Knicks colorway, because if he would have played in some Foamposites in New York, boom, this is what it would have looked like. And I thought that was a well-played performance, if that's what they was thinking about, which I don't know that for sure, but that would have made a great story to say, like, oh, Penny played for the Knicks. This was going to be his shoe. Like, now I would have loved to see Penny play in these when he played for the Knicks, but the shoe wasn't even out, and his color wasn't even out at that time. So we know that wasn't going to happen. But I just think that would have made such a great story. Like, this is what I say, like, let's get back to making foam posits great again like these. You know what I'm saying? Great color schemes. Just making it normal, bro. Like, this is not a shoe you got to put a theme to. Think about it like this. The Foamposite is just like the patent leather 11s. You don't have to do too much to it. It's already selling itself. When you look at the Air Jordan 11s, that patent leather gonna sell itself. All you have to do is just put the right color scheme on it, and people are gonna love it. The same way with Foamposites. You don't have to put a map on there. You don't have to put, wheat material on there. Like, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to put denim on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't need that. It's going to sell itself. It's a Foamposite. You just put cool colors on it, make it calm, boom. Hey, like my boy Eli always say, sometimes cool and calm is the best thing for a sneaker. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all this shoe really needs. You got to think, the Foamposite material alone is the selling point. You know what I'm saying? Once you just give it that simple look to it, it's going to win. And that's why I say I want to see these Foamposite Pro Pearls be made amazing, because, like I said, now you taking me back to my childhood. And I always say, once you make something from back in the day and you make it today, you got to make me feel like I'm back in 97. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you give me that feel, then it's like, okay, it's unmatched. Like I said, if you do the pearls correct, I know for a fact that's a double up. Like, everybody is going to gravitate to it, either based off of two things. Based off that they had the shoe in either 97 or they had it with the 2010 version, or they're going to look back at He Got Game and be like, man, I watched that movie and them pearls hit every single time I watched it. That's the feeling they're going to want to have, Nike. You got to restore that feeling. That's all it is right now, is restoring the feeling that people got at the moment when they first seen that shoe, first had that shoe, or really, really want that shoe right now. I think all of this can happen, and Foamposites can really be back on top, bro. I even would like to see you bring back out, these New York Knicks colorways. Like, bring back out some of all those dope colors that was just endless and timeless. That's what it's really about. Well, at least for sneaker people like myself, we just care about having them timeless pieces. This is one of the timeless pieces. That pearl can be one of the timeless pieces. The cough drops can definitely be one, and the pine green. Like, that can be okay. And even the galaxies, we kind of already know what the galaxy is gonna do. That's gonna be in a whole nother atmosphere of its own because of the storyline with that one. Now, the pearls, on the other hand, those gonna be a little different, because I don't think everybody's gonna gravitate to it, but I think if done correctly, enough people will really gravitate to that shoe and love that shoe. So I just feel if you do one correct, it's gonna be a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta restore that feeling, man, when it comes to Foamposites, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I hate to see the status of what Foamposites is right now. It just seems like it's not even a shoe people talk about. People don't check for it enough. I don't even think it got enough collabs to me. Like, we really got to get more collabs done with it, more just good, cool colorways. And I think we could see the Foamposite be back to what we originally know it to be. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, y'all let me know, bro. And do you think you're going to go after the pearls when they drop? Are you going to go after the pine greens, the cough drops? Like, are they going in a good direction with Foamposites? I think they are. You know what I'm saying? To see put like this, to see where we came from with them other three I named you, you know what I'm saying? These next four that's coming out of 2025, I honestly could say, like, I think this going to be the biggest move of Foamposites. Like, with these four, we going to see with the sales of these, that's going to tell us, are we getting any more great Foamposites moving forward? You know what I'm saying? I truly think we are. I think this could be a great start. I'm very happy that these pearls coming out, man. Like I said, all I need the shoe to do, take me back to 97, make the shoe look like 97. If if you truly would like to, give it a whole just age look to it at the bottom. I just think that would be dope. You say if you could make it look like it came out in 97 and I'm now opening the shoebox in 2025 and it looked aged and the pearl just really looks pearl on there, like that's gonna make that shoe be just so timeless and people will talk about that shoe forever. It can honestly be the same way you did the reimagined white cement threes. People are gonna talk about that shoe forever. You did that shoe so perfectly that I want these 97 pearls to look the same way. Like make it look like it's 1997. Give me that feel again. But I mean, y'all let me know, bro. Like, are y'all done with Foamposites? Are you like, yes, I've been waiting for Foamposites to rise back up and really be in the, forefront of the conversation? Like, I can't even tell you the last time somebody even mentioned a pair of Foamposites in their top 10. Like, that's not even a top 10 talked about shoe. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, I think that's a problem. It's a problem to not have a Foamposite in your top 10. So Nike, that's what I'm saying. You got to start rolling out some of these classic Foamposites and really making this pop again. Like I say, hopefully this 2025 rollout will be the start, man. But let me know. Are you down with them bringing back out the pearls? Are you ready for them? Are you just like, I'm over Foamposites? Or are you one of the people that just never was in the Foamposites? Because there's people who just genuinely don't like the shoe, which I think you're crazy if you don't. Like, this is like one of the greatest shoes ever made. But let me know what y'all think, man. All right, man. This was another dope one, man. I thought we covered a lot, with this 2025 Foamposites, bro. I always say, like, subscribe, come to the channel, man. It's always come here free. You always say what you want me to talk about. If you got a shoe that you want to see and you want me to review, I definitely do that. Send it back to you. Even if you just got topics that you want to hear talked about on the show, leave it down in the comments, man. But make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Become a part of the congregation, man. There's nothing more greater than being part of the Sneaker Guy podcast, man. The greatest podcast ever. But nah, man, it's been another dope episode of Sneaker Guy podcast, man. We'll see you later. We out.